Hello guys, you're welcome to another exciting episode of the Internet Business Show, where we get to teach you how to make money on the internet. We teach you the business of the internet. My name is Ronald, and today on this episode, I have an amazing gentleman with me in the studio. His name is Olamide, and he is a serial entrepreneur. He is one of the top-notch freelancers you can ever find in Nigeria. And of course, he is also the founder of Gigsnet. Hi, Olamide. Thank you so much for coming to the studio today.
Yeah, thank you very much, Stephanie. Thanks for having me around.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you. All right, guys, we have so much lined up for you today. Make sure you don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the short break.
Skip this ad just as you skip buying Bitcoin at $4,000 and Ethereum at $100 in 2020. And now Bitcoin and Ethereum have reached a new all-time high in price. Don't you want to learn how to make money by trading and investing in cryptocurrencies in 2021 and beyond? In 2020, during the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, I wrote an article advising people and pushing them to buy Bitcoin, stablecoin, and other cryptocurrency. I'm sure those who took my advice are richer now. 2021 is another year that opens opportunities for you to make money from the crypto market. There are two sets of people watching this video right now. The first one are those who are going to ignore this offer, make mistakes, make excuse, and move on. The second one are those who are going to take this offer, join my students who are making millions from the cryptocurrency market. My name is Chris Ani, Africa's #1 crypto influencer, teacher, and founder, Daba.school. Welcome to my online course. In this Trade and Make Money course, you learn how to buy, how to sell, coins to profit from, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, how to spot a coin that will make you money, how to also avoid losses in the cryptocurrency market, and a lot more. Not just that, when you get this course, you will also be added to my private premium signal room where you will see the coins to buy and the coins to profit from. So what are you waiting for? Click the link below to get this course, or go to www.daba.school and get the Trade and Make Money course. You can also download the Daba app and get the course on your Daba app. What are you waiting for? I'll see you there.
You're welcome back from that short break. My name is Ronald, and you're watching the Internet Business Show. Olamide, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Today we'd like to talk about, what is freelancing. I know I've had a lot of conversations about freelancing. Like, it seems like it's just something you just go and surf on the internet and you just get some things to do. We really want to know, what is freelancing? It's becoming more prominent these days. So we'd like to know, what is freelancing?
So, first of all, thanks for having me around.
Yeah.
Freelancing is quite popular. A lot of people are actually aware about what freelancing is and all that. But at the same time, not a lot of people know exactly the major rudiment of freelancing.
True,
so,
I agree.
Oftentimes, I tell people that see freelancing as providing something, all right? I'm bringing something to the table.
To the table.
Then I'm getting paid for my services. So, freelancing generally matchmake buyers and sellers together. So,
wow.
Buyers are the people that need
Your
a particular service or services, and sellers are independent workers. They are people that actually offer.
The word independent.
Exactly.
You're an independent worker.
Exactly, that's the point. So there are people that actually offer some services. It could be skilled services or unskilled services.
Okay.
So primarily, people call for your services, and then you get paid for all of that. So, but then what makes freelancing unique in that sense is freelancing bridge the gap of communication. So you can be a Nigerian, and then you are working for companies, you're working for brands, you're working for businesses in America, in the UK, and all that, and then you get paid in dollars. So
it's breaching the currency gap, it's breaching location gap, it's breaching communication, education qualification part of it.
Well, all through my years freelancing, there has never been a client that has actually requested to see my certificate.
Oh my God! Did you hear that? Like,
So,
it just dusted everything.
so
Amazing.
So it's quite amazing, actually.
Okay, so I know that you did not read freelancing in school.
No.
Definitely. So I'd like to know, how did you get into the business of freelancing? How did you even dive into that, whole community?
Yeah, so it's quite interesting because I'm a graduate of microbiology from Olamide University.
Okay.
And obviously, there's no department called Department of Freelancing or whatever.
I know.
I actually went to school, to study microbiology and all that. But I was really curious and I was open-minded, and I maximized relationships, all right? So because I didn't just get to hear about, I was not taught freelancing in my class, all right?
That's true.
So I got to know about freelancing as a result of my association on campus.
Wow.
So back then in Ife, I had a roommate. I remember I stayed in Awolowo Hall then. So I had a roommate that was into, Fiverr. I think it was into Fiverr and Upwork. Then the guy just comes to the room. He happened to be my bunkie. So we called them bunkie, bunkmate and all that.
Yeah.
So he came to the room and then he was like, Olamide, I have a job. Can you help me handle the job? Because he knows that I do a lot of writing.
Okay.
And all of that. Then he briefed me on the job, and all of that. And then I helped him out. And then eventually I got to ask him that this job, what exactly is this job about? Then he said,
is it a company?
He said he got a job on the platform and he was working then for a client in Russia.
Wow, all the way to Russia. What year was
actually.
this?
That was in 2016.
Wow.
And then I had some conversation with him and then he told me about freelancing generally. So, and then I'm actually a very curious person. So I went hard on it. I went to study, I went to read and all that. And prior to that time, I was working for a particular client, but I didn't know that what I was doing was actually freelancing.
Because you didn't have a knowledge about it.
Exactly. So I was working for a client, a Nigerian client, but based in Ukraine.
Wow.
It was based in Stockholm in Ukraine. So he met me on Facebook. Because back then I was always writing stuff on Facebook, and then there was a man, actually a follower, that actually got intrigued by my writing style. So he loved my style of writing actually, and then he sent me a message, and then he was like, "Oh, Olamide, I think we would love to work together,
with you, yeah.
And all that." And he happened to have a company in Nigeria, and then they needed a content writer. Someone who would handle their brand visibility, brand management, generally write copies, and all of that. And then
wait, so if I get this right, you were just writing for
I was
writing
just writing for writing sake.
And then you got a job.
Then exactly. So
because you put it out on
there,
social media and people were seeing what you could do.
Exactly. So wow. I was intentional about putting myself out there, not primarily because of the money. Yeah. But eventually the value came back to me multidimensionally.
Wow. I like
and
that.
all that. Then eventually he got to hire me. It was based in Sweden actually. So we were having conversation on Zoom. I think then we're also using Slack. Slack is a collaborative tool actually, where you can actually have communication with anybody actually and all that. Then he put me. In fact, it was actually the one that taught me WordPress because I was working on the back end.
I can see.
So I would write my article stuff like that, and then I would publish it on the website. So and then I think it was paying me, I think either 7,000 naira per week. And I was a student then actually.
That's a lot of money.
That was a lot of money for me as a student then. So he was paying me like 7,000 naira per week, and the man happened to be a very nice guy, and all that. So that was how I started freelancing, because eventually I got to know that was actually freelancing.
Yeah.
But when I was in India, I didn't know that it was freelancing. So
for you, it was just a side gig.
Exactly. I just felt that I was just helping him, and then probably the man was just saying, "Oh, he's a student. Let me hire him," and all that. So that was how I started freelancing professionally. And then that was how I started getting paid for my skill, which is writing.
Wow. Yeah. So from what you have said, in freelancing, I've picked up that you need to have some sort of skill before you can go into the world of freelancing. Can you shed more light on that? Yeah,
it's very important actually. Just like I said earlier, freelancing actually serves two markets.
Okay,
all right,
like
exactly. We have
people.
The skilled market and also the unskilled market. So I'll start from the unskilled market, because a lot of people feel that you have to have a particular digital skill before you can actually come into the gig
Or
economy.
freelancing.
You know, and all that. So the unskilled market are people that offer unskilled services like truck services, logistics services,
Okay, like
food
Uber
delivery
and
service.
all.
Exactly.
Oh, even the delivery.
Even if,
yeah.
even Jumia Foods and all that. You know, you remember from my definition, freelancing matches sellers and buyers together.
Yeah.
So you can go online, all right, order for a particular meal, and then that meal gets delivered to you. So you are requesting for a particular service, which is the food service.
Yes.
So obviously, the person producing the food or packaging the whole food is a freelancer.
Yeah.
You know, the person doesn't have a particular store or shop and all. It's all online.
Yes.
Do you get? And then the person also meets buyers online. Do you
There's
get
no
what I'm saying?
physical contact
no physical
whatsoever.
contact actually. Do you get? So that's actually the beauty of freelancing. So freelancing actually match make sellers and buyers together.
Okay.
You know, and all of that. So that was actually how it started for me anyway. So back to your question. So you have to bring something to the table. So those are the part of unskilled markets, you know, logistics services, food services, transport services. There are some companies like, like Eden Life, like Jumia Food. These are startups that actually, you know, bring freelancers and their buyers together.
Yeah, and you
know,
don't need
and
a
all
particular
that.
skill
No.
to
You
function
don't
in
exactly.
that,
So
in that sphere.
exactly in that aspect, that is the unskilled part. Why the skilled part is where we come to the digital market in terms of your professional skills like graphic design, software development, writing, video editing, all of those skills actually. So
wait, like all the skills that we're teaching you on Daba.
exactly. So all Daba skills actually, you can make money through freelancing, using all of those skills actually. So very interesting.
That's like fantastic.
Awesome, absolutely.
Okay, so now if I have a skill as a person, how do I tap into the freelancing world? How do I enter into that market?
Okay, yeah. So that's a very interesting question. So one thing I would love to say is that the gig economy is actually growing.
What do they call it? Gig economy?
The gig economy.
So it's an economy on its own?
It's an industry on its own.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
it's an industry.
Yeah,
gig.
And sorry to cut you short. And according to a particular statistic that I actually read in 2018, the gig economy was worth around $4.3 trillion with over 53 million freelancers only in the US.
What? Only in the US?
Yeah.
What are Nigerians doing?
Yeah, that's why we need to preach the gospel of freelancing.
Wow.
In Africa,
okay.
So the industry is actually growing very wild, and also coupled with the fact that there's a pandemic. A lot of people are now going remote. So it opened more opportunities for people to actually tap into the market. So a lot of people are now exposed. All right, they see that I can work from the comfort of my home, and also freelancing gives you the opportunity to actually control your time. Yeah. You have power over your schedule, and all that. So I'm not working in 9 to 5. I have the opportunity to be here today. If I were to be working, I would either probably send permission, write a permission letter and all that, and then, stuff like that. So it gives me that flexibility to determine my client, determine the hours I work, determine the kind of people that actually work. For example, I'm very picky about the kind of client I work for.
Are you serious?
Exactly.
Okay.
So those are the things, those are the several opportunities that freelancing actually offers. And also, so how do you position yourself now that you have a skill?
Yes.
Now there are platforms, there are social media channels, all right, that are already systemized in the sense that you don't necessarily have to do a lot of work. So the platform is there. Clients are already on the platform.
All you need to do is just to bring yourself,
register on the platform, have a portfolio. Portfolio simply means proof of work, and then you start bidding for jobs. So we have platforms like Upwork, we have platforms like Fiverr. In fact, Upwork was listed on the New York Stock Exchange market in 2019, actually.
Wow.
So that shows you that all of these platforms are actually growing.
Yeah.
And all that. So also, we have LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very popular platform. I want to believe most people know about LinkedIn, but not many people know about the opportunities that are actually on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I think some few months ago, there was an update on LinkedIn that LinkedIn wants to incorporate a freelance marketplace on the platform. where
just like strictly for
freelancers alone, for freelancers alone,
that's
and all
good
that.
to know.
So that opens a lot of opportunities for many people, and those are the things that I'm actually, pitching out there to a lot of Nigerians, a lot of unemployed youths, and all that. And it serves a whole lot of opportunities. You don't necessarily have to, go to school, graduate, and then there are no jobs. So you can leverage on all of those digital skills actually. And then the good thing about it is that you don't even earn in naira, all right? So you earn in dollars.
Thinking about it.
So it bridges the gap of devaluation, naira devaluation.
At the end of the day, exactly. True. So. Well, that's like eye-opening to know that there are existing platforms and there are still new ones to come into.
Exactly.
And it's good to know that there are so many skills out there that you can actually use to. It's not just like, it's not streamlined to, you have to learn how to do surgery and something.
No.
There are a lot of digital skills, and I feel like all those platforms like accommodate all those skills.
Yeah,
if I'm correct.
They do.
Fantabulous. So I mean, you don't have any excuse whatsoever not to be making money in the year 2021. Now, I know you've been in this business for some time. You have, done a couple of trial and errors. You've had your basmos happen to you.
Exactly.
So I would like to know, for people that are just coming up and thinking about going into the industry, what have been some of your challenges? What are some of the mistakes you have made as a freelancer? Yeah,
so that's a very interesting question. All right, so it's usually very good for people to know that it's not all bed of roses.
Yeah.
So but at the same time, I tell people that see beyond the challenges. All right, challenges are actually everywhere. There are really no industry where you don't have some basic challenges and all of that. So for me anyway, some of the challenges I had back then was that I wasn't consciously building a portfolio. All right, I was working for clients, I was working for companies and all that, but I wasn't consciously putting together, all right, my portfolio actually. And that's one thing a lot of freelancers need to know. And how do you build a portfolio? So you don't necessarily have to wait till you get your first client, because getting your first client is the most difficult part. Once you get your first client, the roads becomes open.
Wow.
And all of that. So while you are waiting to get your first client, be conscious, make it intentional actually to actually build a portfolio. Portfolio means proof of work.
Yeah.
So even if you have not worked with some clients and all, you've not worked with clients and all of that, what you can basically do is to be your own first client.
How do you do that?
Work on self-initiated projects. I'm a graphic designer. I'm here to look out for I'm here to get a job. All right. I can decide to do free logo for Daba. I can decide to do free flyer design for Gigsnet. Those are free work. At the same time, you're actually positioning yourself till you get your first client.
I agree.
Because when your first client comes, it is very possible that your first client will ask you that, what exactly have you done?
And
so
you now say, I've not gotten a job to do, so therefore I don't have portfolio.
Exactly. And you can't give your client excuse that I'm a newbie, I've not done anything before.
Why would they not hire you?
So you can easily tell them that, I've worked for Daba before, I did some flyers before and all that. Do you get? So you can easily
and they don't need to know if it's free.
No, they don't need to know.
They
won't ask you actually. Do you get what I'm saying? So always prepare yourself. Do you get? So that's one thing that was one mistake I made, and I'm saying this so that a lot of people can learn from that mistake.
Yeah.
And also, it's also very important that you get a mentor or a coach,
in that particular niche.
In that particular niche, because there are people that are more experienced than you are. There are people that are more versatile. They've seen it all. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's very important that you learn from people like that. So because a lot of people face a lot of setbacks, but at the same time, those setbacks are things that a well-experienced person already has a solution for.
Because they've had the experience and they they overcame it.
Exactly. So it's very important that you actually network with people like that. Let them train you. Let them coach you. Let them put you through. For example, like I said it was my roommate, all right, that actually put me through freelancing. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's something that a lot of people actually need to know. And also, lastly, actually, it's very important that you are hungry for knowledge. All right. For example, I started out as a writer, and I didn't start out as a professional writer. Like I said, I was just writing, doing a lot of exegesis on Facebook and all of that. But eventually, I got to know that what clients are looking for are not, they are not looking for exegesis.
Yeah.
I'm not working for a church. Do you get what I'm saying? So they need people to help them write copies, help them write press release, sales copy, and all of that. So I had to go and learn more. I had to, learn copywriting. That was when I learned copywriting, you know, and now I'm even learning product management now.
Wow.
You know, and all that. So you must always be on the head to learn. All right. So, and I tell a lot of people that never outgrow being a student. A student is someone
no
who's
matter
always
what
found
level,
in
no matter
learning.
your earning capacity.
Exactly. I'm still a student. I'm still learning. I'm still buying courses.
Yeah.
I'm actually a Daba student. Do you get? So
Did you hear that?
so I'm also still learning. So I tell a lot of freelancers out there that never outgrow learning. Always be on the head to learn new things.
Yeah.
You know, and then take your personal growth seriously.
Wow. I'm glad to see that you've been able to refine yourself from that person who started off as writing, you know, just the Bible, you know, things, and you were able to position. You saw an opportunity and you positioned for that opportunity, and you're growing through and still repositioning. That's like a very key thing for any business person. No matter what you're doing, no matter what you're into, the ability to reposition. And let me also say, one of the things that I have seen in some of our courses, you know, like the UI UX course and the design course, Damola will always emphasize about the issue of portfolio. He'll be hammering it.
Very important.
I'm like, guy, what's
UI
the problem?
and
It's just portfolio. You need to see, like, he's so angry about someone's portfolio. I'm like, calm down. But I mean, with all that you have said now, I really, really realize that there's so much power in, you know, building a proper portfolio. And if you haven't taken the design and end course or the UI UX course, you need to go and check it up right now.
In fact, UI UX course is selling very well. Very well.
I know that there's like a hunger for them everywhere.
It's a growing market.
Yeah, people are now beginning to build apps, build web. People have seen that social media is no longer really doing well, so it can be taken away from us. And so it's a good thing. That's a niche you need to position, you know, yourself to, if you're still wondering what to do and which skill to learn. So back to you, Olamide. I'd like to know, what are some of your success stories? We've talked about some of the downsides you had, but what would you say in the freelance sector? What are some of the things you are very proud to have achieved?
Okay, so a lot of people call me coach, and all that, you know, and that's, like I said, there was a time I made a tweet that I didn't give myself the name coach. People saw what I was doing,
and they
gave me that name.
Wow.
Actually,
so you grew into it.
So people saw my success stories. People saw what I was doing on the internet, and as a matter of fact, I'm currently building a business around what I do, which is what gave birth to Gigsnet.
So you're building a business around your skill.
Exactly.
That is phenomenal.
And some of my success stories, I train people, I coach people, particularly people that are looking at, you know, earning in the gig economy, you know, and all that. And up to this very moment, I have a course, a mentorship program course, with about 523 subscribers across 8 countries.
Whoa.
So
8 countries.
Exactly, 8 countries actually.
Fantastic.
So and also I train a lot of, I do a lot of speaking engagement like this, a lot of trainings. You know, as of last year, I trained over 2,000 Nigerians actually on the rudiment of getting remote jobs online, you know, and all that. And I'm also very prominent on Twitter because that's where I, you know, give out a lot of content, you know, just to train people, just to bring more people into the space and all that. And I've been able to generate over $200,000 in revenue in terms of the people that I actually train and all that. So I see a lot of prospects in the gig economy, all right? And that's one of the reasons why I keep on raising that banner in Nigeria, particularly for young Nigerians, you know, and Africans in generally, you know, because I've seen the opportunities that are there, and I'm super intentional about bringing a lot of people into this space.
And let me also add that the gig, you know, economy does not have an age limit. There is there's no teenager, there's no too young, there is no too old. No matter how old you are, as far as you're able to harness a skill, you're able to position yourself properly, you can earn with it. Nobody's checking for how old you are or what's your educational qualification. Like he said earlier. It's been fantastic knowing some of the things I know right now with you, Olamide.
Thank you.
Now, I know some of you watching us right now, people have the question of, most people a lot of time always have the question of, what if? Should I start now? How should I start? what do I do at this moment? You know, there's always that doubt that comes with anybody who wants to start a new thing, So what would you have to say to our viewers out there for someone who wants to start, you know, freelancing? What would be your
advice? Just like I said earlier, it's very important that you know what you want, all right? Be a curious person. Be someone that is willing to learn, all right? And I know that there are a lot of fears out there, you know, what if I don't do well in this particular thing and all that, but it's usually better that you do something, you know, rather than you regretting not actually trying it out. So the first thing actually is learn a skill, all right?
Learn
Daba
a
is there,
skill. Learn
right?
a skill.
So that's the first thing. Learn a skill, because you're not just earning free money. It's not free money. You're actually providing value. So it's not just
the value that is earning the money. That's just it.
Yeah, very clear actually. So it's not just about, oh, I'm earning dollars and all that.
No value, no dollars.
No, exactly. So you have to learn something, all right? And the beauty of freelancing is that you can begin to earn even as you're learning. So you don't have to be an expert before you start learning. Exactly. Before you start earning, rather. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's the first step. Learn a skill, all right? Also, get a mentor, get a coach, all right? Someone that will actually put you through. I think I mentioned that earlier, you know, and all of that. And just like I explained, all right, see opportunities actually. For example, that was what made me impressed. That was what made me interested, because then I can remember, I think in 2017, that was when I got my first major gig actually, you know, and then it was a $50 gig. As a matter of fact, that was in 2017 or late 2016. And then I was even a student. I was a student in Ife back then. And then, you know, when I received the money and then I changed the money to Naira, I think it was around 20,000 Naira or so.
Yeah.
And then, that was back then actually. And then I was like, wow, so I can earn this kind of money on just one job.
In the comfort of your school hostel, with your small laptop.
So that was really eye-opening for me. So I was like, that means that if I can persist and stay well in this industry,
there
if I start with $30,000 or $50, then I can earn $1,000. I can earn $5,000. I can earn $10,000. Do you get? So I saw the opportunity there. And as a matter of fact, freelancing gives that leverage in terms of you getting to know people. So I've worked with a lot of clients in US, in UK, in Russia. As a matter of fact, there was a friend of mine that actually got an opportunity, a fully funded opportunity to actually come over to work with the company.
Wow, they were ready to fund him from Nigeria.
Exactly, from Nigeria to Russia actually.
Okay.
So these are the opportunities that I want a lot of people to see. And also be this kind of person that is always on the edge to learn. All right, be very curious. All right, so all of these things coupled together, I strongly believe that you know, something good is definitely going to come out from this particular niche that you have chosen actually. Let
me also add to what Olamide has said. Quit with the excuses. A lot of young people, we have tendency to just create excuses where there is nothing. Quit with the excuses. One of the things that I have learned, you know, just sitting with him here, is the fact that there is nothing that is too big. Nothing. You decide if it's too big. You decide if a course is too expensive. You decide if you can't, actually, at the end of the day. So whatever you put your mind to do, you can do it. And if you're still looking for a skill, like we've said to you, just head on to www.daba.school or download the Daba app from your Apple Play Store and get started with a course today. Do not procrastinate it, because that's another problem we have with Nigerians. Don't procrastinate it, because before you know it, people who, you know, are taking action would have gotten the bigger share of the market before you come in. Okay, so thank you so much, Olamide. It's been fantastic having you
very much
on the show. I look forward to still having you, you know, have follow-up conversations as to people that are ready to go advanced, you know, into the whole freelance sector. We'll see you another time.
Thank you very
much. Now, before we go, I have like few questions I would like to ask you.
Okay.
So, when you think about money, what comes to your mind?
Value.
Value. Okay. Okay, people that like BBTs. Okay, when you think about food, what comes to your mind?
Strength.
Strength. So food is just strength. You're speaking too much grammar. Okay, let me get you now. When you think about impact, who comes to your mind?
Chris Annie.
Hey!
The impact is massive.
I know, right? Thank you so much, Olamide. It's been so much fun with you here in the studio. We hope to have you another time.
Trust me. I had a very interesting time today. Thank you very much.
All right, viewers, you guys should make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe to the Daba TV channel. We'll see you guys same time, same channel. Bye for now. Bye, guys.